Good evening and welcome to the Sumo Summary Show for day 9. It was a holiday today, didn't have to go to work. Very nice. So I was able to dip down into the Makushita. I was wondering which division he was in. Asanoyama match is up on the Patreon channel. We'll get to that in a minute. And we'll look at all the other winners and losers from day 9 and look ahead to day 10. Now, right at the top, if you are a Patreon person, I mentioned this in the videos, but I'll mention it here again. Not going to have regular day 10 coverage for you. I'll have highlights, everything, all 20 matches on Wednesday morning. So just be patient for that. But I probably will be back here tomorrow night unless something goes awry. So Sumo Summary Show probably for day 10, but no regular match coverage for day 10. Okay, anything else? Nope, let's just jump in. Thank you for everybody that came by last night to the live stream. It was a lot of fun. We were there for about an hour answering questions and talking sumo, so that was a lot of fun. We're probably going to do it again on day 14, Saturday the 26th, and I'll mention it a couple times in the run up to that day, uh, just to have fun right before the big day 15. And hopefully day 15 will be consequential. It'll matter. It's fun when it comes down to the last day. Uh, as opposed to I think it was last Basho didn't Onosato clinch the victory on day 13. So that makes it a little bit anticlimactic, right? Okay, absent people, nobody. Hide no Umi, as we know, came back. Enho did pull out. If you're an Enho fan, uh, used to be Hakuho stable, now Isegahama. So that's unfortunate. And he didn't have 4 wins yet. So he'll be going down the Banzuke in September in the third tier division. But the top two divisions stay as they are. All right, let's just jump on in. We'll start down in Juryo. I didn't have any Juryo. Oh, well, actually, Makushita, there we go. So I put up the Asanoyama match. Here it is against Inami, and he got the win. So he's now 3-2. He needs one more win out of his last 2 matches to get promoted back up to Jurio in September. So I have confidence that he can do that. Inami falls to 2-3. So for him, for example, he has to win both of his last 2 matches to get promoted. So Asanoyama doesn't say who he's going to fight next. Probably be on day 11 or 12. So I probably won't be able to put it up on the channel, but I'll definitely talk about it here. Okay, going back to where we were and starting in Jurio. Let's see. Deiwa Noru came up from Makushita to fight Mita, but Mita got the win to go to 7-2. He's having a good tournament. Really good for Koto Kuzan to have a 7-2 at Jurio 14. So if he can just get one more, he'll stay in the top division. Otsuji, though, already a Make Koshi at Jurio 12. He'll get demoted out back down to the third tier division. Miyano Kaze is, he needed that win today, didn't get it. He's now 5-4. He's got to win 3 of his last 6, right? We have 6 more to go. 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 6 more to go. I can't do math. Uh, and so he needs half. He needs to win half of his final matches to get his 8 to stay in the Jurio division. Hatsuyama, though, at J13, having a good tournament, 7-2 now. Almost assuredly will get his 8. Nishiki Fuji stays on the leaderboard with a win over Dayamami, so he's now 8-1. That was his Kachikoshi, but obviously he's in the hunt for the cup down there. Shirokuma got his first win of the tournament by beating Kaze Keno. Shirokuma now 1-8. Takara Fuji, a veteran, is at 4-5. He beat Tochi Taikai. Kageyaki, who's often been in the top division, got a win to go to 5-4. Oshomi now 6-3. He took Daisei-zan out of the running. So now Nishiki Fuji is our lone leader. He's the only man who has Kachikoshi so far in Juryo. And Shonana Umi lost to go to 6-3. And Nishikigi got a win. He's now 5-4. Okay, one Juryo man is in the top division, and that was Ryuden. He came up to fight Koto Eho, the rookie, and Ryuden lost, so he's now 5-4 as well at J1. So same thing as the wrestler we were talking about a moment ago. He's got 6 matches left. He's got to win 3 out of those 6 to get his 8 and get promoted back up to the Makuuchi division. Kotoeho, on the other hand, 4-5 now, has got to win 4 of his last 6 to stay in the top division. Although there's a tiny chance with a 7-8 that he would stay, but it'd be better if he could get 8, right? Shodai went 5-4, beating Kaio, who's definitely going to get demoted down to Juryo again. Shishi lost to Chirano Umi. He's in danger of demotion. Fujinokawa continues to impress today with a Yorikiri win over Asakoryu, who's probably not in danger at M12, but he needs to get some wins. If he finished 2-13, absolutely, he would be in danger. But I'm hoping he can at least, get 3 or 4 wins, and then he'll be fine. But he will go down the Bansuke, of course. Fujinokawa looks set to get his Kachikoshi. He's got to win 2 more. Mitake Umi bounced back from a couple losses to get a 7th win today against Midori Fuji. Takanosho beat Kusano. So he is now in the 2-loss group off the leaderboard, and Takanosho improved to 6-3. Roga beat Hideno Umi, who came back from injury but is yet to win. 0-9 basically for him. Toki Hayate beat Ura, the fan favorite, now at 6-3, and Toki Hayate at 4-5. Koto Shoho is looking good this tournament. 7-2 now. He beat Sadano Umi. Atami Fuji on my team. Yay! Went to 6-3 by beating Tobizaru. Ichi Yamamoto. First man in the top division to get Kachikoshi, and he is 8-1. I don't. I'm gonna look on the tiebreaker. If anybody picked Ichi Yamamoto, I'll be amazed. But there he is. He's the first man to get it. 8-1 now, on top of the leaderboard. Beat Gonoyama today. Takeda Fuji got a 5th win by beating Chiyoshoma. 0-9 for him. He's just can't buy a win. Tamawashi, unfortunately, losing to Onokatsu. Unless your name is Onokatsu, you're probably upset about that. He's now 3-6, but Tamawashi falls into the 2-loss group at 7-2, so he'll get his Kachikoshi. I was hoping for double-digit wins for him. Well, it's still possible. Abi beat Meisei to go to 5-4. Ao Nishiki continues to impress. Another great Kimarite, Shtate Hineri, by as way of beating Wakamoto Haru. So he's now 7-2 and destined for maybe multiple special prizes, but at least I would think the Ginosho. As long as he gets an 8th and 9th win, maybe. Oho beat Oshoma. The Komasubi just can't. He's almost as bad as Chiyoshoma. 2-7 now. That's the last loss he can afford. Any other loss is a Makekoshi. Oho goes to 3-6. Hirada Umi couldn't take care of Wakatake Kage today, so he goes up to 5-4, and he goes down to 5-4. Still a chance for Wakatake Kage to get his Kachikoshi and stay at Sekewake. Then we had the match that, you kind of have to see it. You have to see it somewhere that's going to have replays in slow motion. I thought Kirishima was done a little dirty in this match, but people are saying that maybe he grabbed Hakuoho's hair, and so they didn't want to call him on a hair technicality, a hair foul. So they just confirmed the Gyoji's call. But I thought they went out at the same time. At least it warranted a Tori Naoshi, a redo. But you have to watch it and see. It's obviously on my channel. They had a bunch of mata, like 4 false starts. And then it finally got underway. And at the edge, I think they went down at the same time. But I'm not involved, right? So Hakuoho was credited with the win, which means Kirishima falls off the leaderboard into the 2-loss group. Then Kim Bozan, out of nowhere with only 1 win so far, beats up on Koto Zakura, who looked out of it. And so gets his second win of the tournament, and Kotozakura now way out of any chance at the Yusho at 5-4. And in the final match of the day, even though both men entered the match at 6-2, Onosato clear winner over Takayasu. So the Komusubi now in the three-loss group. Onosato remains in the two-loss group and one away from his Kachikoshi. Okay, so when we go to the tournament leaders, look at that, all alone at the top of the leaderboard, Ichi Yamamoto, the Maegashira 8, having one of the best tournaments of his recent career. Let's see, what's some of his good numbers? We might have to go down a while. I'm looking at 11-4 when he was Maegashira 14, but that's when he very first. No, he wasn't brand new then. Okay, he had bounced back from Juryo after winning the Jurio Division Championship with a 13-2. So maybe he just had some mojo happening and went 11-4, got the Kanto show. But see, then he followed it up at M7 with a 5-10. But yeah, great tournament. That was November of 2023, so almost 2 years ago. And double-digit wins there in January at Maegashira 14. So he hasn't had this good a record. Another Jurio championship at this higher rank. Um, so that's encouraging. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. So he's been as high as Maegashira 4, and that was actually recently, right? So that's his career high rank. He's now at M8, but putting up really good numbers. Obviously, uh, he's in the stable with Shimazu Umi, but that's down in Makushita. Yeah, no real other notable wrestlers in his stable. So great for him to be having this kind of tournament. I hope he can continue to win. Now, tomorrow they've given him Meisei, and we'll look at who else is fighting on day 10. So they haven't given him a tough opponent tomorrow, but I think they're going to obviously start having him fight Wakataka Kage and Takayasu. And, he's fought those guys before. I don't know if he's ever fought Onosato in a high position. We can check really quick. Yes, he fought Ichi Yamamoto when he was an Ozeki in May, and he won. He fought him again as an Ozeki in March, and he won. So he's fought him a couple times, and that's about it for recent vintage. Okay, I don't think he'll fight Onosato unless he really continues to win, but we'll see in the next couple days. Then look at this big two-loss group. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven guys are one off the pace. So the Yokozuna, a Sekewake, and then five rank and filers, including three below M10. Kusano, M14, Koto Shoho, M15, and Matake Umi, M16. But I think Aonishiki and Kirishima are definitely in the hunt. Onosato obviously would love to fight Ichi Yamamoto to give him another loss. So he's definitely going to be have a target on his back now, Ichi Yamamoto, as people want to give him a loss to put the leaderboard, make it a wider leaderboard. But, at least for one day here on day 9, he is the sole leader and he's the first to get and the only top division Rikishi to have his Kachikoshi so far. So congrats. Down in Juryo, only Nishiki Fuji now. Same thing. First to get his Kachikoshi, 8-1 record, and then we have four guys following him at 7-2. So still very wide open down there as well. Okay, let's look at who is fighting tomorrow. Day 10. We'll start in Juryo. See if any big matchups here. So Nishiki Fuji against Kotokuzan, 8-1 versus 7-2. That's a big match. Mita has Fuji Seun. He's a 7-2. Mm, and that's about it. Daisei's on the other 7-2 has Ryuden. So a couple key matches down in Juryo. I'll probably pick up Juryo again at the weekend and see where everybody's at, day 14 and day 15, who might be winning the championship down there. All right, up in the Makuuchi division for day 10, Shonana Umi comes up as a Juryo two-man and with a 6-3 record to fight Mitake Umi, who is currently 7-2. Koto Shoho, sorry, who's 7-2, is fighting Chirana Umi tomorrow. What else we got? Hidena Umi goes for his first win against Toki Hayate. Fujinokawa against Tatami Fuji. That's a fun matchup. 6-3 versus 6-3. Ura versus Kusano. That's a lot of fun. So again, this will all be in the highlights that I'll put up for day 10. You just have to be patient. I'll put them up early on Wednesday morning before I go to work. Shodai has Sada no Umi. Roga has Takeda Fuji. Gonoyama gets 0-9 Chiyoshoma. Then, Ichi Yamamoto, as I mentioned, has Meisei. So a bit of a softball. Not that Meisei is a walkover win, but he's obviously not having a good tournament. He's at 3-6. So you would think Ichi should be able to get that win tomorrow. Tobizaru versus Haku Oho. Kim Bozan against Ao Nishiki. I would think Ao Nishiki will get that win. Wakamoto Haru at 2-7 versus Onokatsu at 3-6. Oh, that's a rough one. Oshoma, the Komasubi, has Abi. Then the other Komasubi, Takayasu, has Oho. Kirishima 7-2 against Hirada Umi. Koto Zakura against Waka Takakage. Both men 5-4, so both really want that win. Should be some spirited sumo in that, hopefully. And then the veteran Iron Man Tamawashi 7-2 against Onosato. Both 7-2, so one will fall off the one off the pace group, and one will maintain. And it would be a Kimboshi if Tamawashi can beat Onosato tomorrow. So I think Onosato will be ready for him. Okay. Let's go over to the standings. So what's interesting now is just Dermon at 42 just has a killer team going right now. This Ichi Yamamoto pick that he and the second place person have might be the key, because you've got a guy in third place that has it, but he has Wakataka Kage like I do. He has Roga. But this Ichi Yamamoto pick might be the key to these guys winning. Teruno Fujan is two behind Jestermon, though, at 40 points in second place and all alone. And then we have the third place group, which is huge. At 31 people are tied with 39 points, but they're three behind the leader right now. And that's pretty much the Ichi Yamamoto versus, say, if you have Takeda Fuji, see, 5-8, that's 3 points. Gonoyama, 5-8, that's 3 points. So, okay, and then we're going to look at this tie break as we go down. And most people picked Onosato, as did I, but we'll see if anybody picked Ichi Yamamoto. Okay, so where am I? I think I'm down in fifth, right? Yeah, here I am. Oh, excuse me. I love Mitoru. That's awesome. Okay, so I am with the fifth place people. So 65 of you are better. I think I improved a little bit. I think my team got some wins today. So I'm at 37, but the leader is at 42. So I'm five behind the leader, but I'm only two out of second place, obviously, fifth to third, duh. But there you go. So pretty happy overall. I'm just hoping all my guys start to get even more wins. A little worried about Takeda Fuji, but everybody else should be able to continue to get wins. All right, so let's look as we go down here. Anybody pick Ichi Yamamoto? There's a Wakataka Kage. Luckily, his name is really long, so it sticks out. Fujinokawa, that's an interesting choice. Now, Nishiki, Kotozakura, a lot of Hoshorus in here, and Ura. It's an unusual choice. Yeah, Hoshoru, Fujinokawa, Kotozakura, Abi. Dun, 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 dun. Somebody picked Kaio. Oh man. Chirana Umi, interesting pick. And Wakitakage. All right. Takeru Fuji, a little bit different pick. Shishi. And Shishi went 8-0 or 8-1. That would be amazing. Oh, look at that. There it is. Paburo and the Machine picked Ichi Yamamoto as the tiebreaker. Okay, dude, if you're watching this, I hope you are. I'm gonna send you a prize just for picking him as the first person to get Kachikoshi and the only person. Let's keep going. We're almost down at the bottom. Did anybody else pick Ichi Yamamoto? Nope. And now we're at the end. Okay, Andrew, what's going on, dude? Well, you picked Hoshoru. Yeah, that's not good. Wakamoto Haru, rough. Asakoru, rough. And Hide, yeah, okay. Yeah, bad luck this time. So, I have your email. Paberu, where are you? Where did you go? Oh, you were in the 600s, I think. No, no, no. Where did you go? Where did you go? Ah, I lost you. There you are. Okay. So I will email you and you can pick out something. I think that's deserving of a prize. The only person out of 700 who picks Ichi Yamamoto to get his Kachikoshi first. And he did. So, but there you go. Standings. And over on the Patreon, of course, in the collection. One more day to go in this collection, day 10, and there's not going to be much added because I'm not going to have match coverage for day 10 tomorrow. So really, it's going to be the final collection for days 11 to 15. But I had 11 videos today, but kind of a goof because I'd meant to do both Sekewake matches in the Wakataka Kage, and it went so long, it was pushing 10 minutes. So I stopped the video at 10:28 and I restarted because of all the mata. And then I got the match. And I'm kind of glad I did because those replays are important, in my opinion, when you assess this match, the Kirishima versus Hakuoho. But there you go. Uh, Tamawashi Ura, there's the Ichi Yamamoto, and I had the one Makushita Asanoyama match to start the day on day 9. So lots to see over there on Patreon. Definitely come over and join us if you'd like. Okay, that'll do it for me tonight, gang, for day 9. I will most likely be back on day 10, but if I'm not, just know that I have a lot going on tomorrow, and so there is a chance that I will not do one of these shows on day 10, but I'll definitely be back on day 11. So hopefully you'll see me, but if you don't, I'll see you on Wednesday. Okay? Peace. Take care of yourselves. See ya.